So good evening, everyone. Welcome to Urban College Hispanic Heritage Month, but we changed it a little bit. It was supposed to be Hispanic Heritage Month, but Carmen have an awesome idea, but she changed it to our heritage. Not only Hispanics, no, all of us. So my name is Kendall. I'm the student rep at Urban College of Boston. So we welcome you here today. And we hope you enjoy this presentation. Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Aneudin Navarro, representante de estudiantes aquí de Urban College. Estamos aquí en esta noche para hacer lo que llamamos el mes de la herencia hispana. Pero Carmen tuvo la idea de hacerlo nuestra herencia, no solamente la herencia hispana, sino la herencia de todas las personas que estamos aquí, porque como sabemos, Urban College es un colegio bastante abierto a diferentes culturas. Urban College is a multicultural college. Not only Hispanic people here, we got people from everywhere. So we welcome you to this, and I'm not going to keep talking. So Mr. Michael Taylor, the president, we're going to ask him to stop by here so he got some word for you before we start.
Well, good evening. Just a couple of quick messages so we can have the performance that's behind me in front of you. I want to say thank you to Carmen and to others for putting this together. I also want to thank Kendall and her band of friends who she probably won't return your phone calls anymore after all the times you keep asking them to help you out. But I'm sorry, I apologize. Going on too long, sorry.
Buenas noches, bienvenidos a esta celebración del mes de la herencia hispana. Es para mí un honor estar aquí delante de ustedes. Quería dar la bienvenida a cada uno de los estudiantes y también a esta presentación de sus músicos y a la profesora Kendall, que yo sé que ella va a participar en esta noche.
欢迎我们今天来的嘉宾参加我们的聚会。
Just one word about the culture that we're celebrating this evening, and the over 2,000 countries that represents this particular culture and its impact on not only our country, our community, but our college. Over half of our students at this college of our Hispanic heritage. And it's something we're very proud of, and it's something that we're going to be celebrating in a moment. And I know that many people in this college are immigrants, and I'm very proud of that fact, and in fact, I'm the son of immigrants myself, and so it's a personal issue for me. And I hope that the celebration we will conduct tonight is indicative of the way the country will hopefully begin to celebrate our diversity in the months and years ahead. Thank you.
Solo como una pequeña reseña histórica, creo que ustedes están representando aquí un poco más de 200 países, que es lo que representa toda América Latina. El colegio Urban College de Boston es un colegio, casi el 85%, 90% son hispanos o son de herencia de inmigrantes. Para mí también eso tiene mucho valor y tiene mucho para mí que ver porque yo también soy inmigrante. Entonces, en esta noche queremos dar celebración a esa herencia de inmigrantes y a esa herencia hispana.
文化好重要嘅，我哋今日咧一齊咧為呢個事情嚟到歡騰。文化是很重要的，我們今天一起來我們分享這些文化。
Well, let's get on with the program. But again, I want to sincerely thank you all for being a part of this. It means a lot to us that you're here. You'll add to the dimension of our event. So thank you very, very much for taking the time to do that.
Entonces vamos a seguir con nuestro programa, pero sin antes quiero agradecer de todo corazón a los músicos que van a hacer la presentación en esta noche. Gracias por estar aquí.
我们谢谢你们的参与啊，give them a big hand once more, okay?
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Before we continue with the program, I just want to say something. Carmen prepared these little papers. We have some of these upstairs and we have some on the back of the table. These papers are very important because when I read the one in English, it says, my heritage matters because. Why your heritage is important to you? Why? So if you want to help us, just grab one of these pieces of papers and write here why it's important. For example, my heritage, my Puerto Rican heritage for me is important because it makes me the man I am right now. A strong man, not fearing of anything besides that, yes, a strong man with no fear of anything. I'm Puerto Rican and I've always said that. So that's my heritage. So for you, let's say maybe a Chinese person, a Mexican, or whoever, your heritage is important and why. So you could help us with other papers in the back and upstairs.
Una de las cosas que Carmen preparó fue estos papeles que ustedes miran acá, y está en inglés, en español y en chino, y lo que dice es en español: mi herencia es importante porque. Si ustedes quieren escribir algo sobre su herencia, pueden escribir algo aquí. Como dijo nuestro compañero acá, para él, que es puertorriqueño, es un orgullo ser puertorriqueño porque eso lo ha hecho en lo que es ahora, aparte de ser una persona fuerte. Y en mí, personalmente, ser centroamericana, ser de Guatemala, me ha hecho ser lo que estoy acá, también orgullosamente. Entonces, gracias. Entonces, yo creo que cada uno de nosotros debemos de sentirnos orgullosos de estar aquí representando nuestro país, porque eso nos hace ver de que los hispanos podemos, y que los hispanos venimos a este país a contribuir, a superarnos y a ser ejemplo para todos aquellos que han estado en este país. Ahora voy a dejar a Paul para que él hable en chino también, porque ellos tienen una herencia, una cultura muy linda.
因为文化是我们的生命啊，所以你可以呢把你的个人的意见填在这个表上啊，好吗？放在这个board 这边就可以了啊。欢迎你们前面还有there are some seats in outside here. Will you please come here to sit? Yeah.
Hay
Yes, come on.
unos asientos aquí adelante,
Yeah.
si quieren venir.
3 more for you.
Hay 3.
Yes. Thank you. Do enjoy the evening.
Hay 2, 4 asientos. Aquí hay 2 aquí adelante. Hay otros aquí adelante.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you very much, Paul. With that said, I'm going to leave this space to Professor Kendall, and she has everything from here.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay, see?
Sí.
Oh,
¿Lo oyen todos?
excelente. Okay, I think there are a few more chairs around, so please feel free to take a spot if you can. I know it's really crowded in here, but I thank you all for coming. I think I want to go ahead and start by having each panelist introduce themselves. First, tell us a little about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your heritage and how does that influence your music making. Tell us what instrument you have in front of you. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my left with Phil. Wait, yep.
Good evening.
You gotta turn it on.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. Buenas noches. Bonsoir. Shalom. I think that's the best I can do. Welcome. Thanks everybody for coming. My name is Phil, and I've been playing guitar for over 50 years now. I actually come from a Jewish background. 3 of my 4 grandparents were born in Eastern Europe. Excuse me. They came to this country during the occupation. I was born and raised in New York. lived in Boston for many years. I've been playing a variety of different styles over the years. And regarding how my heritage has affected my music, I have been listening to, in addition to other things, a lot of Jewish music, traditional Hebrew songs, Yiddish theater music, which is also known as klezmer, and music of the Sephardic Jews, Ladino music. I play a variety of things. There's sort of the other side of the coin as far as my heritage goes. Another type of music that I play is bluegrass, and years ago, a fellow who I played with told me I could never make it as a bluegrass musician because I'm Jewish, I'm liberal, and I don't drink beer. So I guess heritage can work either way, but I'm happy to be here tonight. Anything else I should say? Okay, and thanks for coming.
Voy a resumir un poquito lo que él dijo para que las personas que no entienden mucho inglés puedan entender. Phil tiene más o menos 50 años tocando la guitarra. Él viene, sus ancestros, sus abuelos emigraron a este país del oeste de Europa. Él dice que cómo le ha afectado su herencia a él es que los estilos que toca de guitarra, esos son los que cómo ha influenciado en él. Más que todo, él ha oído mucha música judía, aunque no es irlandés, no toma cerveza, pero todo eso le ha influido a él en su forma de ser y por eso está aquí esta noche y cree que realmente todo lo que, la herencia que él tiene le ha influido mucho en su música.
Hello everyone, my name is Ben. I'm holding a trombone here. I am mostly of Northern European heritage, mostly German, some Swedish and English. I, for the most part, have a classical music background. There's such a centralized music history in that part of Europe with Western music, but something that I'm very, very interested in is how we use music to communicate, because there are two different aspects of music that have to do with communication. The first thing that anyone does with music before they play an instrument, before they do anything like that, is they sing. When they're very young or very old or anytime, you can always sing, but singing is so dependent on the language you speak. And so something that's always interested me is how different cultures develop their music based on the way that they talk to one another, and what your music can say, or maybe doesn't say as well as another culture's music, simply because of the way your language is formed and made and the way that you talk to each other. And so that's always been something that I've investigated in different cultures, and what exactly it is that they're saying when they speak. And also the part about music is that you can say something without having to use words. You can understand what someone feels even if you don't understand the words. And so in that way, music transcends cultural barriers. It brings us together in a way we can understand one another without necessarily knowing what they're saying. But also, if you learn more about a culture's music, you can understand more about those people.
Ben nos comparte que para él la música, la forma que le ha impactado es que la música es como otro lenguaje donde la gente puede expresarse. Aún para él, desde que era muy niño, todos empezamos a cantar y lo hacemos a través de nuestro idioma natal. Entonces, para él, los lenguajes tienen mucho que ver, no solo en la música, pero la música es algo que se puede expresar aún sin un lenguaje hablado. Eso, la música, por eso es que la música trasciende las culturas y rompe las fronteras, porque todos tenemos es un lenguaje universal, y para él eso es lo que le ha impactado. Él viene del norte también de Europa, y con el estilo del trombón que él toca, eso le ha inspirado a él para trascender más allá de las fronteras, la música.
Hi everyone, my name is Gil. It's short for Gilberto, and I am first generation in my family born in this country from Cuba, and both my parents fled during Castro's takeover, and I guess like what my culture really taught me was, from my parents especially, was just I don't take anything for granted. I feel like I see how hard they work just to get over here, and I get the luxury of playing music for a living, which I feel blessed for that. But the trombone, one of the cool things about it, Ben was touching on, he mainly does Western and classical music, and I love playing classical music too, but you can do so many styles, everything from Latin, jazz, rock music. I've even played with rap artists at times. Whenever they need a trombone, it's kind of cool just to be able to do that. But I don't know, that always really is something that inspires me, and I always try to think of my parents, like, I don't know, it really pushes me forward to work as hard as I can.
Gil es la primera generación después de sus padres que han nacido en Estados Unidos, pero su descendencia es de Cuba. Sus padres son cubanos y para él esto significa mucho. El instrumento que él toca, el trombón, tiene una trascendencia también clásica, como la que dijo Ben, y para él esto significa mucho porque no solo puede tocar la música clásica en ese instrumento, sino que también puede tocar jazz, blues y otras especies de música. Entonces esto para él ha significado bastante, porque esto implica que aparte del instrumento que él escogió, el hecho de venir de una generación, sus padres huyeron durante la revolución de Castro, y eso ha venido a él a contribuir a su herencia hispana.
So, hi, I'm Kendall. I'm also the professor of this class, so hello, everyone. Anyhow, where are my students? Wave your hands if you're there. Oh, okay, my students are here. Okay, that's great to see my students. It's also good to see some former students. I know some former students are out here, so it's really good to see you guys. I'm a flute player. That's where I started, but I also play violin. But my instrument that I play more often now is the Irish tin whistle. And so here comes the mixed craziness of my heritage. I am Vietnamese. I was born in Vietnam, but came over to the United States. So I am Asian American. Asian American has this interesting hyphen in between, and that hyphen really tells a lot about that person, because I don't want to I'm going too deep into this, but I am Vietnamese. I was raised by a Yankee who has Irish background also in her, and somehow I assimilated into playing some Irish music through my adoptive family, which makes no sense. But I also right now work at a bilingual Spanish and English school. So I have this kind of mixed thing going of all these cultures. So I think we can all share culture and feel like a community around here. And that's what I kind of wanted to do with this event. We can all be connected through music. We can all be connected through our culture and sharing our culture with one another. So I'm going to pass it on.
Okay, Kendall, como saben ustedes, es la maestra de esta clase. Ella, su descendencia es de Indonesia. Ella fue criada por unas personas, Vietnam, y bueno, fue también creada por sus padres adoptivos que eran irlandeses. Entonces esa mezcla y luego que ella adoptó la otra cultura, eso la ha hecho a ella. Ella dice que tiene entre la cultura vietnamita y estadounidense hay un gran espacio, que eso es lo que a ella la hace importante y orgullosa de su herencia. Y el estar enseñando en este colegio le ha permitido interactuar con gente bilingüe, con gente de otras culturas, y el hecho de haber traído a estos músicos acá para que ellos puedan compartir a través de la música y que podamos todos celebrar lo que es la cultura en sí y el enriquecimiento de todas las diversidades.
Hello, everybody. My name's Anna. I am a saxophone player, although I play many other instruments as well that I've kind of picked up on the way. I'm half Greek, half Italian, Italian American pretty much, but my mom came over here from Greece. And so growing up learning Greek and English at the same time confused me a lot in kindergarten and first grade. My vocab was not very good. But now I work at a bilingual school, Spanish and English, and I'm very excited to learn Spanish as well as a little bit of Portuguese on the side. And my focus in music pretty much is looking at how music heals people, whether that's healing within the womb or whether that's healing at a time of death. Right now, I'm pretty much focusing on healing between the ages of 2 months to about 14 to 13 years old. And just seeing how music can really bring us all together, whether it's a background of trauma or whether it's a positivity moving forward into the future.
Ana viene de descendencia griega, ella Italia, pero también el hecho de aprender los dos idiomas la confundía un poco en la escuela. Ella toca el saxofón y trabaja para una escuela y más que todo la música ella la enfoca en sanidad. La sanidad que un niño de 2 a 14 años puede tener, eso influye mucho cuando hay traumas y cuando hay situaciones duras en la vida. Entonces, el enfoque de ella es usar la música como un medio de sanidad para los niños. Muy interesante. Gracias.
Hi, my name is Hannah. My instrument is viola, which is a bigger violin, which you'll get to hear later. Very cool. There are a lot of viola jokes out there. Yeah, it's a great instrument though, so no bias coming into this. Anyway. My father is coming from a German background, but the way that I think about my heritage is actually through my mother because she was actually adopted as a baby, and we don't really know like where she's from, what she is, and this kind of relationship she had with her adopted parents through music, I think, is actually really interesting, and so that's how I think of my relationship to her and to them through music. Is important in the way that I relate to my family. Her mother also died when she was about my age, and so the music that she learned from her mother, especially piano playing, which she did from a very young age, was very important to her. And then, so she started me on piano at about age 5. So that is kind of how my heritage informed my life as a musician and how she kind of passed that down along to me because it was something that she was able to connect to her family with. Connect with her family through, even though it wasn't in relation to a certain place or location, but still a form of heritage, I think. So that was kind of my original musical upbringing through piano, and then I switched to the viola. And yeah, now I'm finishing up my undergraduate degree at Boston University, and I also teach in a few schools an after-school program, which I can talk some more about. Yeah.
Mucho que decir de Hannah, ella, más que todo su herencia de parte de su papá es de Alemania, pero de su madre ella no está segura realmente porque ella también, la madre de ella fue adoptada cuando era muy pequeña y la madre de ella también fue adoptada. Entonces, pero lo que ella sabe de música fue enseñado por su madre. Primero empezó a tocar piano y luego toca la viola, es ese instrumento que es un poco más grande que el violín, pero cada uno de esas, todo lo que ella fue transmitido de sus padres, aunque no está segura de dónde es su mamá, pero todo eso ella lo aprendió por la música. Ella enseña también en una escuela y piensa que la música tiene un papel importante también en los niños.
Oh, yeah. My name is Winter, and I play the concertina, which I know you can't see it right now. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Which is originally a German instrument, but the Irish have used it in their music, which is the kind of music that I play. And my heritage is, I actually know very little about about it. German, Swedish, I think. I don't know. I don't think I can't really relate it to the music that I play. I'm not Irish, and I play Irish music, and I don't really know where it all came from, but that's really all I can say.
Ella es Winter, ella toca la concertina, que es un instrumento realmente alemán, pero que los irlandeses lo adoptaron para tocar. Entonces, realmente ella expresa que aunque no sabe mucho de su herencia, pues ella toca la concertina y pues no es irlandesa tampoco, pero más que todo ella está, yo creo que es algo mucho de admirar, ¿verdad? Porque aunque el instrumento no es realmente de Irlanda, yo no sabía que no era de Irlanda, hasta ahora sé que lo tocan los irlandeses, lo adoptaron de Alemania. Gracias.
Hola, hi. My name is Anaís Azul. Me llamo Anaís Azul, and I play the ukulele and the piano, and I sing. Toco el ukulele, el piano y canto. I'm originally from Peru. I was born there, and I was raised in California, and I'm also a quarter Argentine, but I've never been to Argentina. Yo soy peruana, nací en Perú y pues he crecido en California y ahora vengo acá hace 7 años. Y ese instrumento en realidad es de Hawái, así que todo el mundo acá en un espacio pequeño. Yeah, and this instrument is actually from Hawaii. My purpose with my music and the songs that I write is also to heal. And that can look really different ways. It can be healing individually in your own home, just listening to music. It can be in a hospital. It can be in community. It can be in a classroom. And so all the things that music does, not just by listening to it, but by creating it together, I find to be incredibly important and empowering for everyone to do. So I try to do that in workshops, in schools, and also not in schools, in community centers, even just in my concerts. Mi propósito con la música es usarlo como una herramienta igualmente como para sanación, y sanación en un aula, puede ser en comunidad, puede ser en un concierto, y no solamente al escuchar la música o cantar la música, pero también escribir, componer la música juntos y crear un mensaje que realmente te puede hacer sentir digno. Así que gracias, thank you.
So I was thinking that maybe we go ahead and start off by having just everyone share a little bit of music. So we started over here. Anais, would you like to share some music with us? So would you?
I think it might be fun. Okay, ¿se escucha? Okay. Wow, qué oficial, qué profesional. Voy a tocar una canción que quizás algunos de ustedes han oído antes, porque conozco a algunos de la clase de Kendall. Bueno, esta canción se llama Paz. The name of the song is called Paz, which is means peace. And actually, it's funny because I usually play this song for a primarily English-speaking crowd, and so it's going to be great to play it for a mostly Spanish-speaking crowd. This song is about crippling self-doubt about thinking that you do everything wrong, and wanting to rise above and realize that we can just have a moment of peace by breathing, and remembering that we can smile, that we have the ability to love. Esta canción estoy muy entusiasmada para tocarla porque normalmente la toco y nadie habla español, así que va a ser bien bonito poder tocarla para una audiencia hispanohablante. Entonces, la canción tiene un coro que me encantaría si lo cantan conmigo. The song has a chorus that I would love for y'all to sing with me. It says, paz, paz, paz y respirar. So peace, 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 and the ability to breathe. And it goes. Paz, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Try with me. Paz, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Ah, qué bonito, beautiful, beautiful. Y'all sound awesome. Si yo tuviera una cometa, yo cometería el error de soltarla al viento. Si yo tuviera un amuleto, yo cometería el error de perderlo. Si yo tuviera dinero, yo cometería el error de gastarlo todo. Y contemplando mis errores, hipotéticos temblores, sigo en mis espirales, perpetuando malestares. Quiero algo positivo, algo que tenga sentido. Ya estoy harta de mis huecos y de andar como un equeco. Quiero más, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Más, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Si yo tuviera alas, no cometería el error de quedarme en mis alas. Si yo tengo sonrisas y no cometeré el error de soltarlas en la brisa. Si yo tengo amor y no cometeré el error de convertirlo en vapor. Y contemplando mis errores, hipotéticos temblores, sigo en mis espirales, perpetuando malestares. Quiero algo positivo, algo que tenga sentido. Ya estoy harta de mis huecos y de andar como un equeco. Quiero más, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Más, 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 y respirar, y respirar. Una vez más. Paz, 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 y respirar, y respirar.
Gracias.
My name is Anais Azul. You can find music on Spotify and YouTube, things like that.
I think she's also on SoundCloud and Facebook and Instagram, and she is doing some shows that she'll talk more about. That and yeah, she is. I'm so sad to say that she's going to be moving to California. In December, so catch her while you can now. Winter, would you like to go ahead and chat? Okay, so hold on. Let me,
can I give you a? You know what? I'm not sure how.
can I hold it?
Or I can hold it. So, do you want to say anything before? There's not really. I don't really have anything to say about it. Should I just stay here?
Yeah. Go ahead, stay right there.
It's kind of tricky because the sounds of Tina comes from both sides, so it's hard to typically come. Okay. Or both sounds. If it doesn't work, they can still hear.
Hi. I don't have much to say about my piece, except I hope that you enjoy the viola. I will not be playing the entire piece, so if you're familiar with it, don't be disturbed that I'm ending in the middle of it. And I hope you enjoy.
I promise that's not the piece
that
right
wasn't
there.
it. That wasn't it.
Hello. So I am going to play a piece called Mai. And Mai is by a composer named Rio Noda. And he writes music that doesn't sound like the instrument that's supposed to play it. And this piece made me fall in love with it because it goes outside the box, because it does what the unexpected is. And I think the unexpected in life can often turn into positive as well. And this piece definitely positively impacted me. I hope it does for you as well. So, hi, I'm Kendall again. I'm gonna probably show my flute and my piccolo later, but I'm gonna show the music that I play most often, which is the Irish music. So, Winter, if you know this tune, you're welcome to join. She bakes, she more. No repeats. No repeats on anything. I just want to give a sampling of what this sounds like. She makes she more. It's a Gaelic tune. I think it's something about two fairies on a hill, something like that. Big hill, little hill, something like that. So it's Gaelic folklore. Don't ask me how I got into Irish music because there's a long story behind that. But anyhow, here is She Makes She More.
Cool. So my name is Gil again, and I play the trombone. And for today, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of jazz. I was actually going to put on a backing track that has like the background of like what a jazz ensemble would be behind me. And I'm just going to play the opening section of Stella by Starlight. Hold on. I'm going to ask you to just hit the pause after. I'm just going to play the first run. Yep, I'll play it.
Want me to do that?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Give me a second. It's not long for it.
Let's make sure it's working.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wrong one. Hold on a second.
Not that one? Not that one?
That
Okay.
one. Sorry, this one right here. There we go. Sure doesn't play commercial. Okay, perfect.
That one?
Yeah.
Here. You tell me when to stop.
Yeah. And for this, I'm actually going to show trombone does these cool little toys that we play with, and it actually just changes the sound. But I'm gonna put a mute in so you guys can hear how it sounds with that. And I think when you hear more trombone later, we'll play without mute. So.
Oh.
Oh, I can play a little bit. Yeah. It's like, all right.
It's gonna be a second round, I promise. It's gonna be a second round.
Hello again, I'm Ben, and I'm going to play something a little bit more classical, still a recent piece by an Italian composer named Niccolò Ferro. I'm just going to play the first little bit. This piece is called Daybreak.
Hi, thank you. I'm going to play a tune by Andy Statman, who's from Brooklyn, New York, who started his musical career as sort of like a jazz bluegrass fusion player, playing the mandolin, and then he switched to clarinet and became a purveyor of the Eastern European Jewish music called klezmer, which I mentioned a little earlier. This tune that I'm going to play is one of his better known tunes, and it was sort of during that transition period. So I guess you can call it kind of a multicultural type of tune, and it's called the Flatbush Waltz. Can you hear?
So really quick, is Carmen in the audience? Carmen, 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 where are you? Sorry, I'm a kid. I've been teaching a lot of kindergartners today, so I feel like I'm a kindergarten teacher right now. So is Carmen over there? Carmen, did you want to say any words? Did you want to come forward?
I'm serving food.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
so let's have everything continue.
Yep.
Because
gotcha.
let's just enjoy the music.
Gotcha. We're enjoying the music. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I want before everyone departs and everything, I wanted to say thank you to Carmen for getting our food and getting the classroom look amazing. I mean, I came in to go set up music stands and chairs, and then this room was just magically all decorated and beautiful, and I don't know how she managed it, but we pulled this together at the 11th hour, literally, I think it was Saturday. We decided this on Saturday, and so I want to just give her a big hand of applause.
I do have one announcement. So thank you to all of you for your time and your precious music. I have to say this in English and Spanish. Vamos a seguir sirviendo la comida. Por favor, si tienen paciencia, poquito a poquito. También tenemos una rifa y esta rifa es para libros. Son gratis para ustedes. Tenemos la nueva agencia que Martina es una representante de esta agencia. Ella va a estar al fondo y les va a informar acerca de la agencia. So, la rifa es para una cena para una familia. So, usted y su familia se ganan el ticket. Y los libros son totalmente gratis, pero también con una rifa. Okay? So, we have a raffle. One of the raffles is for a free dinner from the chef's table. And if you win it, it's for you and your family to go to a very, very nice restaurant. So you know about it. You don't have to be here to get the raffle. And then the other, we have an agency that we just became partners. So Martina Alvarado is the representative, and she can speak with you at the end. And we have some free books for you as well. So please just be patient. and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
One other thing that I want to mention that's in the back of the room, I left a little place with some paper that says, if you have any feedback or comments or thoughts about this panel that you got to see today, please, I welcome feedback. So if you liked it, let me know. If you really related to this, or this is something you'd like to see again, please let us know. Also, outside the classroom, there's a table where we have panelists called, I'll cover your ears real quick, panelists. There are thank you notes for each of the panelists. So if you would please sign the thank you notes and thank them for their time. So I know you didn't really need to close your ears for that because it's mic'd and stuff like that. But anyhow, there are thank you notes outside. So if you would just please sign your name, and if you have a short message, you are welcome to. So I'd like to go on and start kind of asking people about their instruments and asking them about their musical experiences. I'm really curious because everyone has a very, very diverse background in music, of the type of music that they play, where they've performed, and who they've performed with, which is pretty awesome. So I kind of want to, who wants to share about their music making and their musical experiences? Like, what is the coolest musical experience you've ever had? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll say that one thing I mentioned before, I come from a musical family. Both my parents and so many of my relatives have played instruments. My father played the violin and the viola, and my mother played the cello and the piano. So I guess I kind of inherited my family's musical blood. I started playing classical music, then I sort of played more folk rock, got into bluegrass, played some klezmer, and then I played some Irish music also. I have played in groups on and off, but not for a long time. But I go to some sessions in the Boston area where people just get together and play, and it's a lot of fun.
So most of my music making, I grew up in North Dakota, actually, in the middle of the United States, a little bit in the middle of nowhere. But since I've moved to Boston, I've had the privilege to play with a number of groups, and not this most recent summer, but the year before, I got to travel to Leipzig, Germany, and perform music at the Bach Festival and perform in the Gewandhaus Orchestra in Leipzig, and that was really fantastic to get to travel and make music in a place where a lot of the music was written and performed first.
So I've been in Boston back now for about a year, but before moving back to Boston, I worked down in Miami, Florida, and I got the opportunity to work with many artists that would come through the area whenever they would need a trombone. I've gotten to play with rap artists, with rock art. I played with Nelly. I played with Pitbull. I played with random people whenever if they need a trombone in Miami. I was very fortunate to get to play. But one of the craziest gigs that I've played for the last 6 years, I've been on the East Coast touring a little bit with an opera singer. You might know him. His name is Andrea Bocelli. And one of the coolest thing about this is usually when I play classical music concerts, you know, there might be a decent crowd, you know, maybe a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 people. That's like a really, really big crowd. But whenever I played with Andrea Bocelli, we sold out stadiums. I mean, I've never had 13,000 people screaming their heads off. And that's only happened in those situations. So I say that's like very cool, because that's like not normal for what we do for a living. So to get that kind of a response, it was you can feel the energy from that kind of crowd.
So we have a question in the audience.
biggest fans. Do you know what his next show is?
I know he's going to be in. I'm playing with him in November in Miami, so not here, sadly. But he's on the road. He's all over the world. Like every moment, he's just somewhere. He's always going on to the next gig, and he's really nice. He travels with his whole family, and he just gets to live the dream. So.
So, if I was talking about my coolest musical experience, I'm mainly a music teacher, I think of myself. So, I mean, I work with little kids and we make music and we sing Halloween songs that we did today and they scream. But anyhow, the moment you say boo, they're terrified. But anyhow, I guess one of my favorite musical experiences, but I wasn't even being musical in that moment. I set up a drum kit for Arlo Guthrie. I was a stagehand, and so I set up a drum set for